Amazing. So this is your 45 minutes slow the flow, and we'll begin with a meditation. So we'll start with finding any comfortable position. We just want to find a position where we can still be alert and but yet comfortable. So be it seated, be it in shavasana, be it in child's pose, be it legs up the wall, whatever works for you. We are starting in a seated position. Hi, Julie. I see you. You've joined us. We're starting with the centering meditation. So, finding any comfortable position where your spine is straight, you're still alert, maybe in a seated position, maybe in child's pose, legs up the wall, or shavasana, whatever works for you today. So finding a comfortable position, and once you are there, you found your place. Take your time. There's no rush. There's no rush, Julia. Take your time. And so as we start, whenever you're ready, maybe closing your eyes to go inwards, or maybe heavying your eyelids to find a point of focus on the ground where your drishti, your energy can go. Just so we're like not distracted with our eyes. They're not wandering and looking everywhere. Just either going inwards or finding a point on the ground and just staying there. Your hands can be around your knees. You can rest one palm over the other if you're in a seated position. If you're in a legs up the wall, maybe you can place your hands on your belly, even for Shavasana. So just see wherever your hands naturally go and they want to be. So trying to stay as effortless as possible here. And we'll begin with taking 3 clearing breaths. So in through the nose and out through the mouth. After your last exhale, just coming back to your natural breathing pattern and just observing your breath. Just beginning to connect with your breath, asking yourself, how are you doing today? Checking in with your body, checking in with your mind. Observing your body, where you feel at ease and where you're holding any tension today. Or maybe there are some places in your body where you feel any aches or pains. Just observe. Don't label anything. Don't judge yourself. Just observe. Take a few more breaths like this. Now either stay here or begin to elongate your inhales and exhales. You can maybe count your inhales and exhales, maybe to 4, maybe to 5. And as you breathe in, Telling yourself silently, breathing in, breathing out. As you breathe in and out, observe how you're feeling around your nostrils. Maybe you feel the breath going in and out on your upper lip. Observe the temperature of the breath. Maybe the air feels cold as it moves in, and it feels warm as it moves out. Now feel the breath in your chest expanding and contracting as you breathe in and out. Breathing out through the sides of the body. Now feeling the breath in your belly filling up, and then belly drawing towards the spine. Continue to breathe like this for a few more breaths. Now bring your attention to where you feel your breath the most. Maybe it's around your nostrils, maybe it's around your chest, or maybe it's in your belly. Reminding yourself to breathe in and breathe out. Taking last couple of breaths here. And whenever you're ready, you can begin to open your eyes to come back into your space. From here, we'll come onto our spine to lay down on our mat. You can hug your knees into your chest, maybe rock from side to side, beginning to warm up your spine here. And whenever you're ready, we'll plant the feet down onto the mat, knees pointing up towards the ceiling. Your arms can come next to your hips here on the floor. And just soften through your shoulders. Let your chest expand slightly. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. We'll draw the pubis up towards our lower ribs to engage our core. And we'll draw the navel towards the spine. And from here, let's squeeze the hips together and take the hips up towards the sky as you breathe in. Coming into your glute bridge here. Keep your hips raised. pressing into the inner edges of your feet. And now from here, let's take the arms up, fingertips point up towards the sky. And then we'll take the arms behind our head on the floor. We'll bring the arms back up towards the sky. And from here, we'll bring our tailbone down onto the mat slowly. And as the tailbone makes some contact with the mat, your arms can come back down onto the floor. Let's go 2 more times. So take the hips up, squeeze the hips together. Keep pressing the inner edges of your feet in towards the mat. Take the arms up and then back. Take a breath in. Take the arms back up towards the sky. And then drop, slowly bring your tailbone down to the mat, slowly with control, and then arms come next to you. Last time, inhale, take the hips up. Take the arms up and then reach them towards the back of the room. See if you can take your hips slightly more up towards the sky. Then bring your arms to point towards the ceiling. Slowly bring the tailbone down and arms come next to you. Amazing. Let's bring the shins parallel to the mat, all 10 toes pointing up towards the sky. And from here, you can once again, take your arms up, all 10 fingertips facing towards the sky as well. And from here, we'll do a contralateral. So we're coming to some dead bars. So we'll do left leg. So either you can extend the left leg out, or you can drop just the left heel onto the mat and then come back parallel once again. So either just go with the heel or extend out, okay? And with the left leg, we are doing right arm. Right arm goes back towards the back of the room. So let's go. The left leg, right arm extends away from each other. And we come back to center. Draw the knee back in. Let's do right leg, left arm extend away from each other. Leg is hovering off the floor. Keep squeezing your belly button in towards the spine and back to center. Inhale, left leg, right arm. Back to center. Exhale. Inhale, right leg, left arm. Exhale, back to center. 3 more. Inhale, left leg, right arm. Back to center. Inhale, right leg, left arm. Exhale, back to center. 2 more. Left leg extends. Back to center. Exhale. Right leg extends. Back to center. Last one. Left leg. Back to center. Right leg. Back to center. Amazing. Give your knees a nice hug. Maybe rock from side to side. And then we'll rock forward and back. So rock forward and back a couple of times, and then maybe we can come into a seated position onto our mat. Amazing, you all did it. And then we'll plant our hands forward and we'll extend our legs back. We can lay down, come onto our bellies on our mat. So from supine position, we're coming into a prone. From here, with your hands right under your shoulders, spread the fingertips wide apart from each other and press your wrist creases into the mat. So your hand is like really nice and planted. Extend your toes slightly more back towards the back edge of the mat. So even if your knees lift off the mat slightly, that's fine. And from here, let's take 3 cobras. So as you inhale, we'll draw the chest forward and up. We'll draw the elbows in towards the body. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, squeeze the elbows in towards the body. And then come up. Maybe look forward. Exhale, softly come back down. Last one, inhale to lift. Exhale, we come down. Come on to your forearms. So your Elbows are directly under your shoulders now. And we'll draw the elbows in towards the body as much as we can. And we'll use this to bring our chest forward. Tuck your chin very slightly towards the body. And we'll find a point in between our thumbs on the ground to focus here. So having your eyelids once again, maybe they come to a half close. Maybe you can completely close your eyes to go inwards. Taking few breaths here. Once again, maybe telling yourself, breathing in, breathing out. Take one more breath. And then we'll look towards the right shoulder. Come back to center. Look towards the left. Come back to center. Let's do that one more time. Look towards the right. Back to center. Left. Back to center. Maybe you can take some neck circles here if you want. Maybe go very slowly. Maybe go a little bit faster. Or maybe take a pause wherever you feel you need to just give yourself some ease here. If you're making circles, maybe go in opposite direction now. And then when we come back to center, coming back to your focal point on the ground, to let your gaze, your energy land on that point just for one more big breath here. And now as you exhale, we'll bring the hips up and we'll press into a child's pose. So bringing your hips towards your heels, drawing your forehead down onto the mat. Arms reaching forward towards the top corners of the mat. Just take one cleansing breath here. So in through the nose and out through the mouth. And slowly we'll come up. Let's come into a seated. So we'll bring the knees together. And you can either sit on your heels or you can grab a block if you have one. So you can sit on a block with your heels on outside of the block. Whatever feels right for you. From here, let's bring our hands together, hands at heart center. And now we'll do something different. So we always hold our hands in Anjali like this. Let's drop our fingertips towards our upper legs. And we'll bring the top wrist creases in towards our sternum, towards our lower ribs here. Draw your shoulders up towards your ears. And then roll them down towards your hips. So we are depressing and retracting our shoulder blades here with fingertips facing down towards your upper legs. Maybe close your eyes if it feels right for you today. Taking 2 big breaths here. And after the last exhale, we'll once again bring the fingertips to face up towards the sky, back into your Anjali. And let's take the arms forward. And then we'll cross the right arm over the left. We'll bring the palms to face each other. And let's interlace all the fingers from here. And then we'll bring our knuckles to face down towards the upper legs. And then we'll bring them from the inside up. Everybody get it? I'll show one more time. So we have our arms forward, the right arm over the left, palms face each other, interlace the fingers. Then draw the knuckles down towards your chest and then up. From here, once again, let's send the shoulder blades back. So let's retract them. We'll depress them, put them down towards the hips, and we're just here for 2 big breaths. Breathing in, and breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Let's take the knuckles. This will come out the same way we came in. So let's take the knuckles down and then out. Let go of the fingers and we'll bring the hands back. From here, let's cross the other way. So left arm comes on top of the right. Let's flip the palms to face each other. Interlace the fingers and once again, put them down towards your chest and then up. Once again, let's go broad with the shoulders. Let's bring the sternum out towards the back of our pinky fingers here. And once again, 2 big breaths. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's shift the knuckles to face down, then out. Let go of the fingers. We bring the hands back. Let's bring the hands back here. And we'll interlace the fingers once again. And then we'll just make some small circles with our wrist. With going remote and doing so much online, I'm sure we can all use some wrist mobility or wrist warm-ups, some wrist love here. And then let's go the other way. Amazing. From here, let's come into our tabletop position. So our wrists are under our shoulders and our knees are directly under our hips. And maybe you can stay here with fingertips pointing towards the front edge of the mat, or maybe you can dial your fingertips and make them to come towards the long edges of the mat. Or maybe you can dial them even further towards 6 o'clock and point towards their knees. So find a position, play around it, find it what feels most comfortable for you. Maybe it's the traditional with all fingertips pointing towards the front. Maybe just dialing them slightly out towards 10 and 2, maybe 9 and 3, or maybe going all the way towards the 6. So whatever works for your body today. And then we'll take 3 rounds of cows and cats here. So inhale, draw the chest forward. Gaze shifts forward towards the front of the room. Tuck the chin towards the chest, round through the spine. Push the crown away from you, coming into your cat. Once again, inhale, coming into your cow. So move with your breath. So once you reach the top of your inhale, and as you begin your exhale, start coming into your cat. And once your exhale is totally finished and you feel like taking your next breath, come into your cow. So moving with your breath, elongating your inhales and exhales, and moving ever so slowly between these cows and cats. And after your last round, we come into a neutral position. We'll walk the hands slightly forward. We'll tuck the toes. We'll lift the knees, take the hips up towards the sky, come into your downward facing dog. From here, drop the knees back down into a hover. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Back into your downward facing dog. Let's walk the hands towards the back to meet the feet in our forward fold. Bend the knees generously to create a little stand with your shelf, with your upper legs here. And your belly can rest on that shelf. Tuck the chin in towards the chest and let the head hang heavy. Take a breath in and take a breath out. Leave the legs as is, having a bend in your knees. And from here, we'll just take the arms up, come into your chair. Your arms next to your ears, finding a point on your mat here to land your focus on. Look down towards your toes. Can you see your toes? You can see your toes. Shift your knees slightly more back over your ankles. And now see, can you see your toes? Stay here for one more breath. Breathe. Take a breath in and a breath out. Come into a standing tall mountain pose. Inhale, circle the arms up. Palms touch, exhale, hands come at heart center. Once again, going back into your forward fold. Bend your knees. Come into a flat back as you inhale. Reach the crown of the head towards the front. Exhale, fold once again. Let's walk the feet on the outside, long edges of the mat. Toes out, heels in. And we'll drop the hips lower than the knees to come into your squat, your malasana. Bring your hands at heart center. Palms press into each other as the elbows press the knees away from each other. Take a breath in and a breath out. Once again, breathe in, breathe out. Plant your palms back onto the mat. Send the hips up. Draw the feet back under your hips, coming back into your forward fold. Maybe bend your knees if that feels right for your body here. Once again, let's walk the hands back into our downward facing dog. Press the chest towards your legs. Your ears in between your biceps. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Drop your knees back into your hover. And then back into your downward facing dog. Drop the knees completely into your tabletop. Walk the hands so your wrist is under your shoulder, coming back into your tabletop position. And we're coming back into our cat-cow. Again, choosing which way you want to dial your fingertips. I'm going to leave that on you so you can customize your own practice today. On an inhale, let's come into our cow. Draw the heart forward. As you exhale, round through your spine, come into your cat. Inhale to your cat. Last one. Giving it your best shots. Inhale. Exhale. Let's press back into our downward facing dog. We're just gonna flow through the same sequence once again. Let's walk the hands towards the feet. Come into your forward fold, bend your knees, create a shelf through your upper legs. Let your belly rest on that shelf here. Tuck your chin in towards the chest. Let the head hang heavy. Leave the knees where they are. Take the arms up towards the sky. Your toes. You see your all 10 toes. And come into a tall mountain pose as you inhale. Circle the arms up. Exhale, hand comes at heart center. Once again, fold into half. Upper body folding over the lower body. Maybe bend your knees once again. Maybe keep them extended. You choose what works best for your knees today. Inhale, come to your half lift. Exhale, fold once again. Walk your feet towards the long edge of the mat. Toes out, heels in. Drop the hips below the knees. Hands come at heart center back into your malasana or your yogi squat. From here, let's take a twist. Bring your right hand, place it in front of your right big toe. And from here, let's take the left arm up towards the left corner of your room. Give it a smile here to your face. Soften any tension you're holding in your face today. Exhale, hand comes back down. Let's exchange the arms. Left hand in front of left big toe. Right arm reaches up towards the sky. Let's balance the two sides. If you gave yourself a smile there, let's smile here one more time. Exhale, arms come back to center. Plant both the hands onto the mat and take your hips up towards the sky. Walk your feet in, hip wide. And let's walk the hands forward, back into your downward facing dog. And drop the knees to the hover. And then press it back into downward facing dog. Drop the knees completely. Come into your tabletop. From here, let's take the right arm up towards the sky. And we'll thread it under the left, but we're not going to come into a rest yet. So thread, as you inhale, take it back up towards the sky. Exhale, thread once again. Last time, inhale, take it up. Now, as you exhale, you can drop your shoulder onto the mat. Come onto the top of your right shoulder here, bringing your right ear, right cheek down onto the mat. You can keep your left hand as is in front of your face, or your left arm can go and reach for the sky here. Or maybe you can wrap your left arm around your spine and it can come and sit on your right hip crease here. Breath in and a breath out. One more time, last one, big breath in and a big breath out. If your left palm is not in front of your face, let's bring it and place it in front of your face here. Press into your left hand to bring yourself out, coming back into your tabletop. Let's exchange sides. So left arm flies up towards the sky. Exhale, thread it. And go back up. Exhale, thread. Inhale, reach up. And now as you exhale, you can bring your left shoulder down onto the mat, bringing your left cheek, left ear onto your mat. Same thing, right hand can either stay in front of your face, palm pressing into the mat, or maybe take the right arm up towards the sky. And maybe this is enough for you today, and there is no need to proceed to the next step. But if you want a little bit more for your shoulder here, you can wrap your arm around your spine and it can come and sit on your left hip crease. Take a breath in, take a breath out. Breathing in, breathing out. Last one. As you come onto your last exhale here, you can bring your right hand right in front of your face. You can press your right palm into the mat and use it to unthread, unravel, come back into your tabletop. Maybe you can drop your hips from side to side. Maybe you can take some hip circles. Maybe you can take some cat-cows here. Whatever feels natural for your body. Do what your body needs. It's all about listening to your body and giving it what it needs. Take your time. If you're taking some hip circles, maybe go the other way around. And whenever you're ready, we'll press back into our last downward facing dog. You can walk your hands back to meet your feet in a forward fold. Once again, maybe knees are bent, maybe knees are extended. This is the last forward fold, so you choose what feels right for you today here. Maybe you can grab opposite elbows. Maybe you can bring your hands and place them under your feet so your big toes are pressing into your wrist creases. And you can shift your weight forward and back to give your wrists, your palms a little massage here with your feet. Whenever you're ready, we'll leave the knees where they are. The knees are bent. Once again, creating a shelf with your upper legs, and we'll take the arms up, coming back into our last chair for today. Look down. Can you see your toes? Take a breath in and a breath out. Last big breath in here. And as you breathe out, we'll come into a standing mountain pose. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, hands come at heart center. Inhale, circle the arms up. Last time. And as you exhale, fold. Walk your feet outside, long edge of the mat. Last time. Toes out, heels in. Drop the hips lower than knees, coming into a last Malasana here. And this time you have an option either to stay in your Malasana, or you can come into Malasana twist, or maybe if finding the bind is in your practice, we can find a bind in our twist. So if you're going for a bind, we'll bring our right hand, place it in front of the right big toe. We'll take the left arm up towards the sky, and we'll wrap the left arm around the spine, and we'll wrap the right arm around the lower leg, and maybe you'll be able to find your wrist, maybe you'll be able to find your fingertips, and maybe if you have a band or a resistance band around, maybe you can use that to fill the gap between your hands. So if your hands are slightly shorter, you can always elongate them using a resistance band, or maybe a yoga strap, maybe a scarf that you have handy around you. You can use it to make your hands a little bit longer here. Take one more breath in. And as you exhale, you can let go of the bind if you are in a bind. And then we'll come back to a neutral position. And we'll do the same thing on the opposite side. So left hand comes in front of the left big toe. Right arm reaches up towards the sky. Maybe stay here. Your Malasana here. Maybe you'll go for a bind. So wrap your right arm around your spine and your left around your lower leg. And then we'll grab maybe the fingertips, maybe the wrist, or maybe once again, we'll use some resistance band or yoga strap here to elongate, lengthen our hands here. Take a breath in, take a breath out. Last one. Inhale and out. Slowly coming out of the form, let go of the bind. Left hand comes on the mat, and slowly reach the right arm up towards the sky once again, and then bring it back. Let's plant the hands onto the mat. Take the hips up. Once again, coming into your forward fold. You can bring your right hand right in between your legs, right in between your big toes. Bend through the right knee slightly, keeping your left knee extended, and we'll fly the left arm up towards the sky, coming into your forward fold twist here. Take a breath in and out. Last inhale, reach your fingertips up towards the sky. Find some length. And then as you exhale, we'll draw the left arm back down, and let's exchange arms. So left hand stays right in between your big toes. Bend through your left knee this time, keeping your right knee extended, and we'll fly the right arm up towards the sky. Opening your chest towards the right side of the room. And as you inhale, right fingertips are reaching up towards the sky to create length in your arm here. Your right shoulder moving back. One more breath in, and as you exhale, let's draw the right arm back down. Let's walk the hands forward. Maybe pause in your downward facing dog. And then whenever you're ready, we'll drop the knees back onto our mat. From here, let's draw the right shin forward. Our right shin is coming parallel to the front edge of the mat. We'll shift our weight on the right hip to come into a seated. We'll draw the left knee forward. So we're coming into a zigzag here. So 1990, our front shin is parallel to the front short edge of the mat, and our back shin is parallel to the long edge of the mat. So coming into 1990, you can either lean forward by hinging at your waist, either come onto your fingertips, stay here. Maybe this is enough for you today. Or maybe you can walk a little bit more further. Maybe this is enough for today. Maybe walk a little bit more further, drop your elbows down, come onto your forearms. So you choose what feels right for you today. Or maybe you can go all the way down, bring your forehead down, maybe place it on a block. Maybe your forehead can touch the mat. Don't push yourself too much. Just observe your body. Stay where you can feel some sensations. When you come to a point where you can feel some sensations and you can still breathe, you can still watch your sensations, you can still watch your breath, you can still keep your mind quiet. That's the place we want to be. Take a few breaths in and a few breaths out. Taking last couple of breaths here. And whenever you're ready, we can start walking our hands back towards our body to bring our torso up. From here, let's pick the front knee and we'll pick the back knee. So we're coming into a little diagonal position here. You can bring your hands behind you and we'll drop both the knees from side to side, coming into some windshield wipers here. Just to bring in some small movement in our body. And now whenever you're ready, you can just drop the left knee down. So now your left shin is parallel to the other side of the mat and your right shin comes here. So adjust yourself. So now my left shin is forward and it's parallel to one side of the mat. And my right shin is behind me, parallel to the other side of the mat. So whenever you're ready, once again, you're hinging and you're going forward. Maybe come onto your fingertips. Maybe walk a little bit more forward. So find where you can feel some sensations. You can still breathe, maybe come lower down all the way onto your forearms. Maybe bring a block under your forehead here for support. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Taking a few more breaths here. Taking last 2 breaths. And as you exhale, as you're ready, you can begin to walk your hands once again towards the body to bring your torso, your head up. You can bring your back foot forward. You can bring both the knees to point up towards the sky. We'll adjust ourselves on our mats if we have shifted a bit. And then we'll bring our knees into our chest and we'll come down onto our spine. You can open your arms in a T. Gaze is up towards the sky, and then we'll drop both the knees towards the right. Your gaze can either stay on the sky, or you can take the gaze towards your opposite hand. So if your knees are falling towards the right, you can take the gaze towards your left hand. Breathing into the sides of your body here. Breathing into your spine. Take one more breath. And as you exhale, we'll draw the knees once again towards the chest, and we'll bring our tailbone onto our mat, coming into a neutral position. We'll take a big breath in, and as you exhale, this time we'll drop both the knees towards the left. Gaze can stay up towards the ceiling, or you can rotate through your neck to take the gaze towards your right hand this time. Now breathing into the other side of the body here. Let your body find space to expand. Take one more breath. And as you exhale, once again, drawing the knees in towards the chest and rolling back onto your spine, bringing your tailbone onto the mat, giving your knees one final hug here. Maybe bring your forehead towards your knees to find a nice ball here. And then just extending your legs towards the top corners of the mat, and your hands can come wherever they can comfortably land, coming into your Shavasana. Giving your body a chance to cool down, your breath to slow down, and your mind to assimilate and digest the practice that we just did. Once again, as you are here, maybe scanning your body, starting from your feet to your toes and moving up towards your head slowly, and taking note of any sensations, any easefulness, or anything that's not working for you today in your body here. Just becoming aware of how your body is doing now. Maybe asking yourself one more time, how are you doing? Taking 3 last cleansing breaths here. So once again, inhaling through your nose and out through your mouth. And whenever you're ready, coming into your favorite side, into a fetal position. And then pressing your top hands into the ground to press yourself up into a seated position to close our practice for today. Bringing your hands at heart center, maybe bowing your forehead down towards your fingertips. Having gratitude for yourself for showing up on your mat. Gratitude for your fellow friends here who came to share this space and energy with you. And gratitude from me for letting me guide you in your practice. I hope everyone stays safe and healthy. Thank you so much for letting me guide you in your practice today. I'm so happy to see you here. Thank you so much.